Hey there! Today we are taking the idea of the color palette cheat sheet we learned in the last PencilStash video and applying it to a coloring page. And not just any coloring page, an Easter coloring page, so stick around. Hello colorists, welcome to PencilStash, a weekly show all about coloring. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to get all the new content, and be sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying my videos. Hey there Pencil Stashers, I'm Rachel and welcome to another PencilStash coloring tutorial. Hopefully you watched my last video where I showed you how to take inspiration from online color palettes and turn them into a real reference cheat sheet that you can use while you're coloring. Now if you didn't, you might want to check that one out. I'll leave a link to it in the description because today we are going to be doing just that. We're actually going to be implementing it. So we'll be using the example reference sheet we created in that video and applying it to a coloring page today. Now, I want to demonstrate that these really are useful tips that you guys can use in your everyday coloring to make it easier. Now, I picked this page on purpose for a few reasons. First off, and most obviously, it is Easter weekend, and this page is perfect for that. But there's another more important reason. This page is literally covered in Easter eggs. And if you were to start coloring this, just kind of randomly choosing colors as you go, it might look good for a while, but there would be a point where it would just look like your whole 150 coloring, pencil set threw up onto the page. And some people can make that look good. I know I'm not one of those people. I really, truly struggle with pages just like this one. And I'm just going to let the coloring run in the background here as I talk. So the thought behind choosing this page, again, is that I'm going to be using my handy dandy reference sheet with those wide variety of colors that I know look good together. We've already proven it by adding them to our sheet of paper. And remember, you can always cross them out, if there's an odd man out on your page. But the point being is that we will reference this color sheet in all of our eggs. So this will not only take the guesswork out, whether or not it'll appear cohesive in the end, but it will also limit your color palette to make the work go faster. Because a page like this with a lot of little details and lots of opportunity to paralyze you with fear about what color to go with next is just not a good combination. So it really just kind of takes the guesswork out of it, lets you get into a really good rhythm, having a set amount of pencils look good together, you can just kind of grab and go and trust. So as we go from egg to egg, we'll want to keep a few things in mind. The first is try not to color each section of each egg with just one color. Even though there's a lot going on here and it can be a little bit daunting, we still want to elevate our coloring. So remember, all you've learned about highlights and shadows and blending and layering, all the same rules apply, even in these tight, small spaces. Another good tip to help you do this is to take one egg at a time. Really give it the time and attention that it deserves before moving on to the next one. That helps me not get overwhelmed by all the little details. Another thing you want to keep in mind is balancing your colors across the page. And what I mean by this is to spread the colors out evenly. For example, I would caution you from having all your blues and your purples on the left side of this tree on the eggs, and all of your reds, yellows, and peaches on the right. It would look off balance, a little bit too dark or kind of heavy looking on the left. So as you can see, I'm kind of trying to spread the colors out evenly across the page. Maybe try not to put like two blues next to one another, just kind of keeping it looking natural and random, but again, being very thoughtful in your choices. Unless there's kind of an artistic reason that you're doing otherwise, which you would do very intentionally, this is just kind of a good tip to follow to really spread those colors out. Another tip I just recently started implementing myself is the use of a tray for the colors that you've isolated as your palette. So kind of all the ones on our reference sheet. Now I got this one from Target just in the dishware department for just a few bucks, and it is perfect. The perfect size. It has these nice little lips on the side, so nothing can roll out. It keeps all my colors together in one spot. Keeps them from rolling all over my desk. And my favorite part is that if I need to kind of move my workspace for whatever reason, kind of maybe take my coloring off my desk for a little while to transition to, something else I wanted to do on my desk. It's just really easy to pick up this tray, pick up my coloring book, and just move it aside without kind of having to figure out what to do with this handful of loose, 20 pencils. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier to use a tray like this, but I'm really glad I did. I'm really enjoying utilizing it. Okay, so once you have your eggs done, you'll notice that there's a lot more on the page to color. And since our eggs are the focal point and they're quite bright, I want those to stand out, not really anything else. So the colors I want to choose for our setting, our background here, will be a bit more muted. And with that in mind, we can deviate from our palette a bit and supplement with some other colors, especially since we've got kind of a tree here, some, desk, things that would very obviously be, browns. We can supplement with those. So we'll start with the wall of our room. I think a nice muted green would work perfectly. We don't have any green in our eggs, and this is still very bright and cheery, very much an Easter color, kind of pastel, but it's not going to detract from our egg colors or compete with our egg colors. So I'm going to color the background with one light grayish green. Then I'll go in with a slightly darker grayish green to bring some dimension and shadow to it, just kind of scuff it up a little bit. Nothing in this world is pristine, especially houses, so your coloring shouldn't be either. Let's give ourselves a hardwood floor, kind of ground all this bright, cheery color. We'll do so with our ruler and a few different browns. And if you've not seen me use this technique before, I've done it in a bunch of past videos, so I'll try to put a link down in the description to one of those so you can check it out in a little bit more detail. Now don't forget to shadow under the table as well. It makes it look a lot more realistic. Not that my style is super realistic, but definitely helps to sell the idea that this table is casting a shadow. Let's tackle some of these other small details too. The desk and our chair, remembering your shadows. And you'll notice I'm dipping back into my predetermined color palette pencils too for some of these accessories. Again, I don't want to pick colors that are going to compete with our bright eggs. Now for the curtains, I don't really like the look when I just do like colored checks. So you'll almost always see me just go right over the lines that the artist has given us with one color. And I usually just leave the rest white. I think it's just a nice, crisp, nice looking treatment, keeps it nice and light. Now this map on the wall cracks me up because it's very clearly a treasure map. But if you look closely, it's actually the map for the Easter egg hunt, which is super, super cute. And there you have it, folks. We've completed a page using our predetermined color palette reference sheet, plus a few supplemental colors, but you can see how cute and cohesive everything came out. And when you're done, don't forget to hit your page with a nice spray fixative, a matte spray fixative, or even just some hairspray to lock in the pigment and keep it from bleeding onto the adjacent page when you close your book. I have that problem in these romantic country books big time for some reason, so protect your work and your open pages. And before I let you go, guys, do me a favor. Down below in the comments, tell me what your favorite Easter tradition is in your family. In recent years, we've taken to doing a homemade Easter brunch in my family, which is super awesome because the best food in the world is breakfast food, hands down. But I also love Easter because wherever you shop, you can easily find my favorite candy in the world in abundance: Starburst jelly beans. My Achilles heel for sure. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do me another huge favor and hit that like button, the thumbs up button down below. It helps new folks find my channel and lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and check out the rest of my tutorial videos for additional tips and tricks. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.